Oh, that's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. And I'm here with Bitcoin, crypto, and cellular network update. As you guys have probably watched my last video from the beginning of the week, probably was on Tuesday, September 7th. I mentioned for you guys to look into cellular network as it has a potential of going up. And as you guys can see, since the 7th, it has dropped a little as we remember that Bitcoin and everything with her dropped. Then from there, we recovered, had a secondary drop, and from there, we came up to the top. Right now, we're creating an M where one of the two things will happen. Either we'll turn that M into a W and continue up, or take the fall. Well, let's first go back to Bitcoin and look at Bitcoin, what actually happening with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin actually took that fall, where is that? On that 7th, from 50,000, where it came down, or 52,000, it's actually been trading sideways since then. Slowly seems like almost as if it's trying to continue going down. Today, it kind of wanted to push up. Right now, it's kind of retracing back to its position. Now, what truly can actually happen with Bitcoin as we continue going into this new week? Tomorrow, actually, tonight around 6 o'clock, we already had Sydney started. Now we also have Japan started, Tokyo market, and I personally believe, as we can see, Sydney started, they pushed it up. When Tokyo came in, they pushed it down. So, what exactly are we suspecting over the next 24 hours, which primarily is Monday? I personally probably suspect he wanted to either they're going to take it out of this area and bring us back up, but for some reason, and this is reason why I also believe this is the AM that's being created at the Cellar Network, is because I think there's a possibility they might actually try to bring it down. But if you look at 15-minute chart, this does look like they're trying to turn this possibly into an M. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. How does 1 hour chart looks? Oh, I'm sorry, into a W, but on the 1 hour chart we have here an M. Then we have here, in other words, unconclusive. Almost nothing to understand what they're trying to accomplish on 1 hour, then a 15. So, but there is a possibility we might actually see another drop. And if they're going to look into another drop, they're probably going to try to take out, go all the way down to 42,000 before from there a decision will be made. Are we continuing further down, or we are recovering back up? So those are possibilities. So I have a feeling of that 42,000 revisit. So now I want to talk about the list that I created right here. I created a list of coins. Bitcoin is a coin that I put in here so we can actually see as a mother of coins what's happening in the market. But this coin is not part of the list. It's just here, so I don't have to look for it and constantly type it up. But I want to actually show you guys rest of these coins, how they reacted over the last week. Guys, do remember the crash, the 7th, where we created a W, came down, and it kind of trading right now at a bottom, but we did had a very nice quick recovery, which created a new high for that coin for the FTM by the end, actually by the beginning of the ninth. So let's look at Solo. Solo did pretty much the same thing, came up, created a new high, and right now it's coming back, as we can see, to trade here at the bottom of where it was on the 8th. Luna, we had the drop, created a W, went sideways a little, went up and created a new high on the 10th, came back, double tapped it. Right now it's working its way down. So as we look at multiple coins, all coins are most likely saying one thing. We are prepping to have a drop either during European market or a US market. Now, that same drop here came up, slowly traveled up, reached a new high on the 12th, and right now it's working its way. Again, we have a double tap, which we considered as an M, and since then it's working way. Now, there's two possible outcomes. We did came up to the 50 EMA. There's a possibility we will bounce back and work its way up, but there's a possibility we might move down, because if you look at some of these coins, we actually passed below 50 EMA. We did not just came and touched it. So, like, if you look at this coin, this on 1 hour chart, this candle right here actually broke through 50 EMA, the 13 and the 5. So we right now are below the 50 EMA. Solo, same thing, actually been below 50 EMA, the 13 and 5 since the 11th. And right now it's starting to develop a momentum. Let's look at Dent. This is another coin that I mentioned last time, or maybe I have not mentioned because I mentioned, I think, in Discord group. But this is a coin you guys want to watch, because this coin at one point will take off like all the rest of these coins. So we had the drop and be going sideways the same way as Bitcoin roughly about. But this coin one day will be discovered by market makers, or actually will be discovered by traders and start trading, being traded heavily, and market makers will stop moving it in directions that favors them. Harmony, as I told you guys in the past, I love the name, and this coin has done interesting things. So as we can see, it dropped like all the rest of the coins. Look at that, came down all the way down to 8.4 cents, came up, so 8, and then came up to 22.9, almost 3x during this week. So from the bottom where it came down, came up once, made it high, created an M, turned that M into a W, and went up to another high. Now, is it going to continue going up? Not sure. But one thing I'll tell you guys, if we go into level down on Bitcoin one more time, this is the list of coins you want to look into. Every single one of these coins have shown a level of growth. Like right here, I actually put down some of these coins with percentages. When we get switched to daily, you guys will be able to see the percentages. Cellular, another coin. This is the coin that I mentioned will actually go and start growing last Tuesday. Look at it, guys. Look at that growth. It's creating here either M or trying to turn that M into a W. But either way, this coin is starting to follow some of the other coins. And an hourly chart, I will readjust. But this is coin has nicely grown. Another coin. The seventh, we came down. From there, it continued growing. We created a nice W. But the question is, what's next? Or is this a double tap and will be considered as a big M? Atom. Again, the seventh. From there, came back where it was last high. Slowly worked its way, and right now looks like it's coming up just as much as the seller coin. ADA. You guys do know the growth of ADA. It's struggling lately. Came down and kind of, trading sideways, and now we can see that M as well here. So a lot of coins are prepping for this week, most likely to have, or this Monday to actually have a possible another dump. Again, the seventh went up, created a new high, traded sideways, and actually created some new highs today. So another coin that did quite nice from its low to its high, 2x within a week. So let's actually switch onto daily chart, so you guys can actually see what I've been talking about. The and at the same time we can actually reevaluate. So let's start with our FTP, which still holds 1,100% growth since our bottom where we had at Bitcoin, I believe 28,000, 29,000. Since then, the coin has went 11x. Solo, 8x, 869% since the bottom. Luna, 689%, or almost 7x. AVAX created new high this week. 595%, roughly about. That is 6x. Dent, 472%. That's almost 5x. 328%. That's 3x on the Harmony. Cellular, 379%. Nice growth. I need to drop this about right here so I can watch as it grows. Elgo. So, roughly we're talking about what? August 14th, September 12th. So, oh, I'm sorry, July 20th. So, under less than 2 months, the size of growth on these coins 277%. Atom leveled up 300%. ADA 204%. Hedera, 173%. So I picked out some of the high performers, also some of the coins that actually have a highest level possibility of bouncing back. They already bounced back once, and if we have another dump or whatever you guys want to call it, drop, then these are the coins I would actually have you guys recommend you guys to actually look into and possibly consider into getting yourself into with the growth. As you guys have noticed, couple coins are not here. Doge not here. It failed uh, since 29,000. It failed to actually recover. Shiba removed as well. It failed to recover. So there's quite a few coins no longer here because they have been failing. So these are the kind of nice moving coins. I did put together a list. The list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 coins. Out of those 11 coins, you have quite a bit of selection. Of course, when I'll be making selection, it depends how much they will actually drop if we have another drop. Now, let's get back to cellular. We had a nice growth. Either this growth going to continue, there's a lot of room for it to grow, or as I think we'll probably have based on Bitcoin will probably take us down again to probably 42,000 or so. From there, we'll see what's going to happen. And then we might actually have another climb. And then another climb, if we're going to have, we're probably going to drop. If Bitcoin drops to 42, we're probably going to drop somewhere the 5.7, 5.5 area from here. And then have another climb, which probably will hit past 10 cents. Also, Tuesday, I have said that the seller network will hit 10 cents. And look at that. We came so close 9.5 cents. 10 cents is a heavy resistance. It is a round number. So it has a hard time coming up and hitting it. But look at how close it got. Those of you that actually got in and took advantage of that growth, and let's say you got in from here, and let's say you got out right here, that's over 65% growth. I'll be honest, I have taken some advantages of this growth, but during those advantages, I'll be honest straight with you guys. I mostly day traded in my life. Come on. Because of a day trade, when you day trade and when it starts moving down, you get out. But because I am driving, like I put in this week, 100 hours driving, yeah, I made about $1,002, $1,003, something like that this week. But 100 hours of work, that's a lot. So, but even within a lot, I reacted really quickly and tried to get out when I should have not get out. You know, when I got in here, I should have not gotten out here. So there were places where I damaged myself, but end of the day, I have brought my account back to 3,700, where at one point I had this account almost at 2,000, slightly above 2,000. So yeah, I'm working on recovering. Um, if I would have not panicked right here when we came up right here, I thought we are gonna actually, you know, as I was counting his level ups, level one, level two, so level one, level two, level three, level four. So I got out here, but from here we actually had a nice growth that I could have taken advantage of, and I would have been got my account over 4 grand by that time. So nice growth, nice opportunities, but sometimes we don't take advantage of stuff that we should. Um, but I am trying to work out a way where I can actually trade this while I'm driving. The problem is every time I pull up to a restaurant, I have to hide my phone because I leave the car. I don't want the phone to be visible so somebody doesn't have to bust the window just because of the phone in the car. I pull up to the customer. If it's a safe residence, I'll leave the phone. If it's the resident not safe, again, same process. Hide the phone. When I get back in the car, I forget because there's so much of stuff. You have to mark yourself out, do certain things in the app to mark off that you delivered, complain about that low base pay, and then calculate the new offer that comes in. You want to take it or not, and they're just eventually when I start creating videos on those things, you guys will understand what I'm talking about. So sometimes you just forget to put a phone up and watch the charts. So that's why kind of forced into a swing trading situation, but at the same time I am a day trader, so I do react places where I shouldn't be reacting. As a swing trader, you should be able to take certain amount of level of loss, and I've been trying that, and sometimes that loss gets outside of my comfort zone, and I start bouncing out, which and then causing myself a problem. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of got myself that account, got the account that to almost $2,000 because of unresponsible jump outs when shouldn't be. So I guys don't have much to tell you guys for this next couple days. Watch Monday or the next 24 hours, see what happens. I personally probably will have Bitcoin will take another attempt at 42,000. Um, during the 42 at a temp of 42,000, if we bounce back, which then you guys gonna look at that and see it as it going to turn into an M. So if we come back and we hit that 40,000 one more time, then you guys going to see it as if this is a batsman head, and we probably going to push back up. Now, if we break through 42,000, push further down, then we probably going to continue pushing probably down. So those are possible outcomes. Tomorrow, in the morning, I have to deal with my car, figure out how badly one of my wheels are bent. So then I have to work after I figure that out. And Tuesday, I'm go found a wrecking yard where they have 3 wheels. So I have to go check out every single one, put in the car, check whether they're straight or bent, and then take it to a tire shop and have one of at least one of the wheels replay, swap the tires, and put in the vehicle. So those are possible. So will I do a video? Possibly will on Tuesday, but when will I do that? I do not know. Monday, less likely I'll have time to do it because as soon as I figure out my situation of the wheel are, I'll get back on the road and start working. So be blessed, be smart, be wise, and the 2 coin. If you're bouncing, you have a list of coins you want to look at. If you're gonna start recovering from here, definitely keep watching the CELR, make your decisions you want to get in or not, as well as keep an eye on Dent. This coin might surprise you guys one day. Yes, I'm not sure if it's time right now to get into it, unless with a small amount. But if this coin right now it's worth about a half a penny, and if it gets down, let's say to 5 cents, that's a 10x just right there. So even if you put in $500, not a huge risk because if it starts dropping, $500 will quickly zero out. But that 500 can turn into 5,000 really quick when it starts growing. So definitely watch that coin. Okay, good night, guys. And I guess I'll get back to you guys on Tuesday. If I'll have time, I might start the DoorDash series. There is a calculation of vehicle expense that I'll be honest, I looked at quite a few videos online and I'm not seeing anybody actually correctly calculating vehicle expense. So I want to actually get various different topics, including that topic. Be blessed, take care, and talk to you guys on Tuesday.